Hey guys, Rex here. Welcome back. And today what I have for you is an improvement on Mumbo Jumbo's mini cow farm, semi-automatic cow farm. And this design is actually quite more expensive than his design, but it also works a lot better. And it just looks a little bit cooler in my opinion. And I actually just recorded the entire tutorial and everything for this. And then I went into my fraps folder and there were no videos, and I was like, okay, what happened? And it turns out my fraps didn't start when I started my computer, and I'm too stupid to check first. But anyways, let's get on with how it works. First, what you want to do to breed the cows is you want to push the button here, and then they'll dispense the water and the cows will start bobbing up and down like this. Then you want to come over to the top and hold down right click with your wheat to breed the cows. You may notice one noticeable difference between mine and Mumbo's is that I have this iron bars here, and that prevents you from falling in the hole, which I actually did once when using his, and trust me, it is a huge pain to get out of the hole here and not have cows flying everywhere. But the next thing you're going to want to do is push this button again, and then you want to push this button here, and that will shove all the baby cows into this bottom compartment. And I will see you actually when those baby cows have grown up so I can demonstrate what the last button does. So when your cows are all grown up, you simply push this last button, and then it will dispense the lava onto the cows, who will then burn and die, and you get lots of meat and leather. And that's actually some from my previous demonstration. So if you're wondering why there's so many in here already, that's why. But we get quite a bit. I think I have 20 cows in there. That gives me 10 baby cows every time. So I get quite a bit of steak and leather. But another feature I have added that Mumbo did not have in his is he used a sign here to prevent the water. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but here I have a fence gate. And what I can do with a fence gate is, if I'm in survival and I don't want to put 20 cows in here, what I can do is I can place 2 cows in there, and then I can bust this, close the fence gate, and now when I breed them, the babies will just sit in there. They can't fall down into this lower chamber, and then you can just breed cows in there. And then when you actually want to start using them, you think you have enough cows, you open the trapdoor, and then the babies can fall into the hole. So this is the redstone behind it. It's a lot more complicated than Mumbo's design. I also built the bottom circuit slightly differently, but up here we have a dropper with a hopper and a comparator. So now that's the part of this design that I'm not really happy with, because it requires a lot of resources to make just that little part that hooks up this button to the water. But I did want it to have all these buttons in a row and just have it all look nice, so you know, it's either resource light or it looks pretty, and I'd rather have it look pretty because getting resources isn't that much of a pain, but if it looks ugly then I really don't like it. And then that will just power your dispenser here, which dispenses the water. And then here we have a button which quite simply pushes this piston, which has a glass block in front that pushes the babies into the next pod. And then the last button fires this monostable circuit, which will pulse and fire the dispenser. And then a second pulse will come through these repeaters and fire the dispenser again. So if I want to show you, you can see the second pulse go down. You didn't see the first one go because I didn't move around quick enough, but it did go through. So now let's take a look at how to build it. You're going to start with a 5 by 5 ring to hold. Just start with the structure. And we have a 5 by 5 ring with 3 buttons on the left side. And then if you want, you can place 3 lamps here. You can always use solid blocks, but I like using lamps because then they light up when you press the buttons and it just looks cooler. Then what you're going to do is you're going to place 6 glass in here for your window. And then you want to come around the back and you want to fill in the ceiling, except you want to leave this hole here. And then you want to place a dispenser here with a hopper underneath to catch your cow drops from the baby cows that die. And then you want to basically, lag spike there, we want to place a glass block here and a glass block here. This one is for your cow pusher, and this one is to filter out the baby cows. Then you want to put a solid block there, and basically just fill in the rest of it. Except what you want to do is you want to place a dispenser facing in that way. I actually forgot that last time I recorded this, and sort of embarrassing, but oh well. And then that's basically it for the structure, and now let's move on to the redstone. Okay, never mind, that's not it for the structure. You are going to need to place a fence gate in here by placing a block here, and putting your fence gate on top, then taking out that block, and you want to place iron bars on top here, or glass panes, they work too. Oops. Ugh, I hate placing these things. But that way you don't fall in. And then you want to put ladders along the side here. Well, you don't have to, but if you're in survival, you can climb up and breed the cows that way. And so now let's move on to the redstone. Okay, so to start off the redstone, you're going to want to come around the back here, and you're going to place a sticky piston facing into that block there to act as the cow pusher, which is now all done. And then you want to come around the back and you want to add a dropper here with a hopper. Take out this block, put a comparator there, and then that is going to be what activates your dispenser there. But you do need to place any item in here, any one item. Doesn't matter if it's stackable or non-stackable. Just plonk it in. I'm going to use nether star because I'm in creative and I'm rich in creative. And then last thing you want to do is do the bottom lava dispenser. So to do that, you're going to place a block here with a redstone dust. You want to place a block up like this with 3 blocks here. And you want to place 3 4-tick repeaters on those blocks. And then you want to put 2 blocks here with a 1-tick repeater and a redstone dust. With another block with a redstone dust here. Then you want to place a sticky piston with a block, another block here, and then a repeater set to 1 tick. Then the bottom dispenser should fire twice when you push the button. And the last thing you're going to want to do to finish off this cow farm is put in your water and lava buckets. So your lava bucket goes in this one, and your water bucket goes in this one. Now you want to test it all out to make sure it works. That one dispenses the water. This one just pushes the piston, and that one fires the lava out. So for putting your cows in, the best way to move cows is with wheat, I think, because leads work too, but they tend to break when whenever there's a block you have to go up. But there's 2 ways to get cows into this. You either want to put all your cows in at once, or you want to put just 2 cows in and then breed them, and then when you're done, you want to flip the fence gate so that it opens and the cows can fall down into this hole. Otherwise, they will just sit up here and make more cows in the breeding pod. But unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you like watching my videos, don't hesitate to subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys. Rex out.